Hello, I'm Dave and this is Vandromeda's Travels. I want to ask you to do me a favour. Can you help me get 7.5 tonnes back? Because that's all about these. Yes indeed, if you've been on Facebook you'll have seen a whole load of clickbaity things that are more or less saying, these daft bits of so-called journalism, that anybody's going to be allowed to drive an HGV, you know, a 40-footer, 40-tonner. That's not the case at all. What is the case is that he's looking at allowing people to do what they used to do prior to 1997. My licence allows me to drive up to 7.5 tonnes. Jill's licence lets her drive up to 7.5 tonnes. Anybody over the age of 43, more or less, that passed their test before 1997 can drive up to 7.5 tonnes. Now, my daughter, bless her little heart, was born in 1981, so she couldn't take her test until she was 17, and that took her beyond the 1997, that was 1998, so she's limited to 3.5 tonnes. And if she wants to drive what's called a C1, i.e. up to 7.5 tonnes, or to put it another way, our van, Vandromeda, she's got to take a separate test, and that just doesn't seem fair. So, what the government's done is they've put out a consultation document, a call for evidence, I believe is what they call it. And there is a whole survey on there that you can take part in that says, more or less, do you think it ought to go back to the way it was pre-1997? And I think everybody should be saying, yes, we do. We really do. And there's a number of reasons why, and here's a few of them. Let's look at vans. Ours is an auto sleeper winchcom, and it's 4.2 tonnes maximum weight. That's its plate weight, if you like. It used to be called the gross vehicle weight, or the MAM, there's all kinds of different names for it, but whatever it is, it's 4.2 tonnes, and it has a payload of 870 some kilograms. Could be 873, 875, I don't know, but it's a lot. Well over 3/4 of a tonne. But the other day I was saying that, again on Facebook in one of the motorhome groups a few days ago, and this was somebody that was looking for a 3.5 tonne van, which apparently has 6 berths, 6 seat belts, so there you go, takes 6 people. And I went and checked the site, because the one that they were after they couldn't find. I went and had a look, and the payload was about 350 kilograms. Now think about this. If you've got 5 adults, the driver apparently doesn't get counted into this, they're assumed to be 70 kilograms. 5 adults with an average weight of 70 kilograms, you're looking at 350 kilograms. If you've got 2 big teenagers in amongst the 4 kids, you're still going to be up there. Put a full tank of diesel in there, put half a tank of water in there, because you've got to have something to flush the loo while you're going, a few tins of beans, a couple of pot noodles, a bottle of gin. You're stuffed, aren't you? You're just not going to get it. So if we get the 7.5 tonne back, then manufacturers are not going to be limited to this 3.5 tonnes, 3,500 kilograms, in order to produce motorhomes that can sell to anybody. And that's the problem, isn't it? We need to be able to have manufacturers making motorhomes that can sell to anybody and that aren't constrained by this 3,500 kilogram limit that's been arbitrarily imposed. So I will link to the survey in the description down below, and I'll probably put it in a comment as well, just so that everybody can get to it. But please go and fill it out, and please tell them, yes, we want our 7.5 tonnes back, please, as soon as is humanly possible. Now this survey runs until sometime in October, so you've got a little bit of time to do it, but the sooner you do it, the better. It'll ask you whether you're a business or a private person. It'll ask your opinion on a few things. All I would want you to do is please go and fill it in. We need the 7.5 tonnes back, such that we're not going to be limited by weight, so that manufacturers of motorhomes and whatever are not going to be limited by this ridiculously low weight that's there. It always worked in the past. The 7.5 tonne doesn't mean an HGV. It doesn't mean anything like any of these clickbaity news pieces have been trying to make out. It's got nothing whatever to do with that. From the motorhome's point of view, it simply means you're not limited to 3.5 tonnes. So if you are in your early 40s or you didn't take your test until after 1997, you can still drive a decent sized van. I mean, the way things stand at the moment, if my daughter and I decide we're going to go, well, we're actually very shortly going off to the lakes, Jill and I, and we're going to be staying over there. But what happens if something happens to me or to Jill and I want to stay with her over there, but we can't keep the van on the site and I need to get it home? Neither my son-in-law nor my daughter can drive my van and bring it back home, and that's just ridiculous, because both are more than capable of doing it. So let's get this sorted out, shall we? Let's get the 7.5 tonne back as soon as we can. The wherewithal for you to do it all is there. It's down in the description. If you're watching on a telly, please log in on your computer, follow the link, fill in the survey and tell them we want our 7.5 tonnes back. Thank you very much, and I hope this all works out. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for filling in the survey, and until next time, enjoy the roads, enjoy the skies, but most of all, enjoy your lives, because life rocks when your living room rolls. See you later, take care, bye bye.